Hey everybody, JTISREBORN here, and welcome back to another edition of my Batman the Animated Series reviews. This time we're going to be taking a look at episode number 62, His Silicone Soul. This episode is the end of the three-part storyline that initially began in the episode Heart of Steel, and then there was Heart of Steel Part 2, and then there was, His Silicone Soul. Now, this particular episode, it's not as epic of a story as, the first two parts of Heart of Steel, but I may like this one. I don't know where I'd rank this one, if I like it more or less. I'd really have to think about it, because like the Heart of Steel two-parter is probably one of the weakest two-parters of the show. I think like Feet of Clay and that is a little lower down as well. But like this one, there's a bit more tragedy to it, to this particular like android involved with it, like this H.A.R.D.A.C thing, because it's just like, I don't know. I think it actually, you know what? I think I like it just a little bit more than the Heart of Steel Part 1 and 2, even though it's a more epic storyline. I like the tragedy of this single episode right here. So the plot of this episode, there's like these thugs are breaking into a warehouse, and then like this thing comes out of a box, and it's Batman, and you're just like, oh, Batman's been there the whole time hiding. Then they shoot it, and then it turns out it's like, has circuitry in it, and it thinks it's the real Batman. So it's got like, Batman's like it has facts about him. It thinks it's him. It goes to the one guy to like, hey, to go and talk to him like, hey, you got to fix me. There's something. He goes to Karl Rossum and he's like, you got to fix me. You got to help me with this because like things aren't going well. So then he goes and then he finds the real Batman, and then he goes to Alfred. He's trying to like find out what things are going on with him. Real Batman shows up, tries to stop him, and then turns out like the real Batman thinks that, hey, you have all my knowledge in that you're not going to kill me because like H.A.R.D.A.C made you good. They almost made you too good. And he's like, no, my intention is to serve H.A.R.D.A.C. And then at one point in the episode, like near the end, it thinks it kills the real Batman, and then it decides to like, blow himself up because it's like, I've taken a life. So like this isn't right, and then it dies. So and then like the final part of it, just like, could it be Alfred? It had a soul of silicon, but a soul nevertheless. So, yeah, that's in essence like the summary of the episode per se. In terms of a two-part storyline, I think the original Heart of Steel might be better, but like there's a bit more tragedy to this one that you actually kind of feel for this thing. I don't know if I like it more or less than the other Heart of Steel. I may like it more. Maybe it's like they're pretty much all on like the same ranking in terms of episodes. I mean, it's kind of tough to decide. Sometimes when you get to these other episodes, you're just like, do I like it more? Do I like it less? Initially, I'm thinking, okay, I like this one more. But then now that I'm really like kind of processing, part of me is thinking like, do I really like it as much? Maybe, maybe not. I don't know. It's kind of a tough thing to decide when you're rewatching all these episodes, and you got to really think, hey, do I like this one more? Or do I like this one less? And so on and so forth. But it is a nice closure to the H.A.R.D.A.C storyline. I do think like we didn't really need like this many episodes with H.A.R.D.A.C. I think they should have focused on like other characters. Like H.A.R.D.A.C should have really ended with that two-parter. I don't think there was really a need to make this episode. I would have rather seen this episode focused on another character that we haven't seen. Like we could have gotten another Riddler episode. I would have liked another episode with like Zatanna, or another Batgirl centered episode. I know she appears more in the new Batman Adventures, but like I think that would have been even better. But this is a smaller story, more focused, and there's a little bit more emotion with the machine in that, but like I think the two-parter is a little more epic. So I don't know where I'd rank this one. It's kind of tough to choose. I'd have to think about it. But anyways, that's going to wrap it up for this review. Be sure to come back next time, as I believe we're taking a look at Fire from Olympus with Maxi Zeus. Oh boy, I can't wait to talk about that one. Yay. Alright. Thank you all for watching, everybody. You have a good one now. Be sure to comment, like, and subscribe, and so on and so forth. Alright, peace out.